In this video, I want to talk about choosing your customers wisely and how this is really working out for me. So I want to share it with you. We're on the way leaving. I'm back driving home from work. I was on the phone with the wife at Tron for a couple minutes. I was like, you know, what's crazy? Now when the phone rings, if I'm busy or I got a backpack below around or something, I don't even pick up the phone. I send the customer to voicemail or whoever it may be, some telemarketer, whatever. And if the new customer doesn't leave a message, then whatever. If they do leave a message and they sound like somebody I don't want to work with, I don't even call them back. Why would you call them back? Just tell them you can't work with them. Now, some might say this is unprofessional, but when you're so busy and you have so many things on your plate and you have to keep sitting down and calling back people, literally dozens of people a week to say, yeah, we can't work with you. Waste of time. But when now if you're brand new in the business, don't do this. Take every single job you could possibly get. But if they're like too many cities away, or they sound like they're drama, or they sound like, you could just tell when you've been doing this a long time, you've literally talked to thousands and thousands of people. You can, like a spider can feel a vibration on the hair of a spider web. You can feel things, and my gut has never steered me wrong. And I've gone against my gut feeling before. Oh, I'll go anyways and give a quote, and it always turns out that my gut was right. I only even call the customer back to schedule a quote with them if I can hear in their voice that they're my customer avatar, that they're my target customer. And it just was proven to me just now. So I have a quote today at 5:30 p.m. with the customer. I was just all the way in Michigan, what we call the west side, Birmingham, 3 cities west. Now I have a quote, a whole city east of my house, and I'm pretty tired. I want to go home and take my shoes off and spend some time with my family. And I look at my schedule, my handy dandy Google calendar. Damn, you ever do that? Damn, I got a quote in a half an hour. But then I look at the schedule. Tomorrow, we're going to happen to be working literally within a mile of this customer that I got a quote, another Angie's List member. I said, that's interesting. Well, let me just give it a shot and call the customer and speak in a professional way and see if, I can reschedule this thing tomorrow and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Actually, tomorrow we're only working a half day and I'm spending the whole second half of the day. I got 5 quotes tomorrow. Hi, Mrs. So-and-so, Angie's List member. This is Keith with Kelfis Professional Services. Oh, yeah, I'm at my kid's soccer game. Can you make it quick? Yeah. Sorry, I'll make it quick. Listen, we have a quote scheduled today at 5:30 p.m. And if not, that's totally okay. I can still make it today. But I just looked at our schedule, and we're actually going to be working right around the block from your house tomorrow. And I'm coming all the way from Birmingham. If you don't mind, can we reschedule it? And you know what the lady said? She goes, oh, that's silly. That's silly for you to drive all the way over. If you're going to be right around the block tomorrow, of course. Let's do it tomorrow. All right, cool. Same time? All right, perfect. Same time. I actually got goosebumps when I was on the phone with the lady because she, instead of throwing a fit or instead of getting dramatic or thinking I'm unprofessional or thinking that, it all comes down to the way you say it. If you've got any amount of victim or crybaby or whiny, because you're running a professional business here. Does it make sense? If you've got any amount of that in your voice, it's going to backfire on you, and I would suggest not doing it. But the lady actually agreed and said it would be totally silly for me to drive out when I'm going to be around the block there tomorrow. Of course you can do tomorrow. And I've noticed that the customers that are against my gut feeling and the ones that are dramatic that I don't like working with, that I've dropped the entire percentage of and gotten rid of these people, those are the ones that just, oh my God, drug me through the mud, guilt tripped me, just stupid stuff. Obviously I created that, but and not that I still don't go through stuff now with customers, but I really, really separate the business from the personal and don't tie any of my emotions or anything when it comes to dealing with customers. But here's where I'm going to wrap this up and wrap up this video too. I learned this from listening to people like Eben Pagan. What your sub-communication is, your sub-communication, there's gross, subtle, and causal states of consciousness. Oh, here he goes again with this consciousness shit. subtle consciousness. There's these subtle vibrations that people can feel, and my sense is that women, especially women that are professional, mentally and emotionally well-adjusted, like married women with kids that are the professional field or have professional husbands who are attorneys and doctors and lawyers. I'm just talking about my customer avatar, which is that type of upper middle class family. Basically, people aren't stupid, and they deal with people all the time, and they can feel those microscopic, subtle nuances in your voice, and you will start making more money in your business. You know, not that I'm like anywhere I want to be yet, but I've come a long way with this stuff. Let me get over here. I'm driving, sitting in traffic. You will make more money in your business when you stop caring. When you stop expending so much extra emotional energy on the little bullshit that doesn't get you anywhere. Like, please let me over. I've been trying to get over this whole time. I don't know where it is where you live, but we live in a super mega metropolis here in Michigan. And if you want to get over, you got to start getting over literally a mile and a half ahead of time. So when the customer can feel that you're not needy or desperately attached to the outcome, then it will go more so in your favor. It also works in relationships. It works with being like married. Like, I know for a fact, being married, my wife is very feminine in her nature, and has all these feelings. She'll come at me sometimes. She'll just say something. She'll be like, you know, we'll be talking, right, having a conversation, and then right out of the blue, she'll throw something on me or say something to me that I'm like, what did you just say? Yeah. Oh yeah. And blah 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 blah, Keith. And I'm like, where did this come from? Now I got to deal with this all of a sudden. When you're attached to that outcome, and all of a sudden you're like, what am I gonna do? Like, you're sucked into her frame. You lose. Oh fuck! I'm digging myself into a hole here. Every step that you take just digs you deeper and deeper into a hole, and it's really just a psychological construct. But when you're just detached and you could just like laugh, they have nothing to grasp at, and then they go, oh, whatever, and then they just relax, and then they know that you can't. It's like, imagine your chest is a circuit board and there's wires all over the place, and people can come up and just pull a string or press a button and you react, right? But if you rip out all the wires to all the buttons, and then people can't do that anymore to you, then you get so much farther in life when people can't pull your strings. Dr. Wayne Dyer has an amazing book from, I think, the late 70s or 80s called Pulling Your Own Strings. It's a phenomenal book. Alright, cool. Hope you enjoyed this video. Your way of being, all the how-to stuff in the world doesn't matter as much as your way of being, and I believe that you can get there faster just by, it's called go slow in order to go fast, which is by going through tons and tons of bullshit. Okay, cool. Thank you. Awesome. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and get notified, so whenever I make a video, you can be one of the first people to be notified about it. Also, if you're interested in the window cleaning, check out my channel, The Window Cleaning Blueprint. I'll put a link in the description below. It's a YouTube channel strictly with window cleaning content and lots of stuff that you won't find on this channel, plus some stuff you'll find on this channel, but that's all window cleaning over there. And also I have my other channel called I Am Ability. That's a channel where I talk about all types of deep stuff. It's a channel that's being developed, and over time it'll really grow into something great. But that's more deeper inner game stuff that I really ain't gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk about on this channel that has such a larger audience. But cool, please like and subscribe to my stuff. I appreciate you.
To either get it off the ground fast, or if you're already started and you want to make more money, and especially get into high-end residential homes,